Hello, visionaries. Welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new here, welcome. And let's talk about it. There was a comment left in one of my last videos about the gaslighting, and I wanted to read and kind of answer and just really dibble dabble into this comment and really just answer some of the questions that they had in the comment. And I want you guys to as well partake in this conversation down in the comment section below. What you guys think, your sentiments, your ideas, your thought process of how you would handle the situation. Again, before I read this comment, I want you guys to know I'm not a therapist. I'm not a relationship therapist. I'm not saying this is how you should conduct yourselves or be. This is just my perception, how I think about things. So the comment reads, yes, mother, the gaslighting was crazy. And I also couldn't handle that in my personal relationships. My ex used to gaslight me all the time. How do you handle your friends group getting smaller? Question mark. I have a hard time with losing one of my good friends because she got into a new relationship. Okay, so for me, I'm okay with my friends group getting smaller as the years go on, as I age, because I just think that's just the way of life. That's just I think people grow as people, and some people are there for decades. Some people are there for seasons. Some people are even there for days. Like, and that's okay, and that's understandable. And just know that there's no love loss with relationships dwindling and people moving on and with their own lives, as well as you moving on with your life. So as far as like friends group getting smaller, there's so many different variables into that. And maybe sometimes it's like you got to protect your peace. Maybe the relationship doesn't benefit you anymore. And a lot of the time some people are scared to be selfish, but it's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay to think about yourself sometimes, especially after you poured so much into somebody else's cup. Sometimes you need to pour into your cup, and that means going to a different cupboard. That means separating yourself. That means really just setting your own boundaries, and that's a okay. Again, my friends group has dwindled down to literally no one, just me and my fur baby Ace right over here. It just he's like my best buddy in the world, and I am okay with that. I am at peace with that. And I don't know, what about you guys? Are you okay with your friends group getting smaller? How do you handle with your friends group getting smaller? I'm okay with that. I used to be very, very extroverted, and I used to be a social butterfly. I used to want to be out and about with the townspeople all the time. But as the years go on, it's just not the same anymore. Again, another question I kind of want to ask you guys, as far as like anxiety goes, is it you as well? Do you experience this as you get older? Have you started experiencing anxiety? Have you started experiencing anxiety attacks and panic attacks? Like, I don't know what it is. Ever since I turned like 35, 36, and I started to experience more like anxiety attacks, or my anxiety spiked in different situations out of nowhere. I could be in places that I love to be at, and I would be like, all of a sudden my heart would start racing. I would start sweating out of the blue. I would just start being a nervous wreck, and I would just start literally having a full blown anxiety attack out of nowhere. And I'm enjoying myself. Why? Maybe because it's just stress in life or something, or maybe because life is just lifing, and life is all about fucking us up. So it's just like, you gotta take it for what it is, right? But I don't know. Let me know if you guys experience that as well, and how do you cope with those things? For me, with my anxiety situations, I don't I try to convince myself, because I feel like anxiety is really mind over matter. So I try to just be like, okay, you're in a safe space. You're around people that love you. It's okay. Breathe. I don't know what it is. It helps me to drink water. It helps me to drink something. It helps me to like get my mind off of focus. Like you have to focus on doing something, because then you would not think about the thing that probably would is giving you anxiety, or you're focusing on something that would kind of eliminate the anxiety out of your mind, right? So that's just for me personally. Let me know what you guys do, because Lord knows a lot of the times I'm going to need some of your guys' advice with how you deal with anxiety. And, but yeah, as far as, again, the friends group getting smaller, it's a-okay. I think that sometimes a lot of people need to focus on being by themselves. Because when you truly master, because it's a master to it, because people freak out when they just don't see anybody. But when people truly are in bliss with being by themselves, I feel like they're the most happiest people ever. I feel like they're the most happiest people and then the most satisfied and peaceful people ever when you're just by yourself. And because when you're by yourself, you're at your fullest potential, and you can just really pour, and you have the ability and the energy and just the aura to pour into other people as well to its fullest potential. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say that if you just focus on yourself, is beneficial for you in the long run, not only for yourself, but as far as other people that you might bring into your lives. Now, the second part of this was losing a good friend because she got into a relationship or they got into a relationship. Listen, a lot of the times, yes, I get it. We think about ourselves more. We think about ourselves like, okay, what about us? What about me? What about me and our friendship? And so what about the things that we built together? But at the same time, you have to understand people are going to grow old, and people and a lot of the times human beings in general are scared to grow old alone. They really are. And that's a different conversation and a different thing that I would probably go into in a different video. But I would just say this: when I decided to transition, I had to I had to accept. I had to accept and be okay with growing old alone because I'm transitioning. Because I know that that people would not want to fall in love with me solely based off of me transitioning. Not because I'm not a good person, not because I'm not attractive, not because our sexual chemistry is not there, not because we enjoy topics and activities that we like to do or talk about, but solely based off of because of my transition. And but yeah, that's in a different video. We'll talk about that when that comes. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video about that. But as far as the relationship thing goes, you have to say, hey, listen. And honestly, if it is a situation and you see it changing, it's okay to be upfront with it. And it's okay to say, hey, listen, I know that you're dealing or dating this person, and our friendship, or we're not hanging out as much. We're not talking on the phone as much. We're not texting as much. We're not traveling as much. We're not going out to eat and doing activities as much. Like, you have to be the one to say that's okay, because it is okay ultimately. Because if you're a friend, you're going to support your friend with whatever they're going to be going through in life, that is that is going to fulfill them. And if you're not like fucking financing them or feeding them, what makes you think they're going to not pick somebody else that can actually do that for them as well, or be a part of that situation, for them. So if anything, you want to encourage love in people's lives. You want to encourage love in your friends' lives. And if that causes people to not hang out as much, that's okay. Let Some of my friends get in relationships and I know our time is just not being spent as much as it used to be. And that's expected. Sometimes your friends don't want to have this conversation with you about, like, okay, girl, I know I've been spending a lot of time with this person and not you, but they don't want to have these conversations, whether they are confrontational, whether they're very shy, whether they're just not about having those type of conversations, or is about having those conversations. They just don't want to have that conversation with you as their best friend or even really good friend, so and it's okay for you to bring that up. It might hurt your feelings, and it might put you in a position of feeling like, girl, how dare they do that to me, or that's messed up because they're they are your support system, and they can still all do that. But I would recommend telling them, like, hey, listen, just know, if you are going to go in this relationship, just know it's always a good, healthy boundary to have some time set apart from being with each other all the time, because ab, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's what I chose to understand and believe with. You'll understand that as time goes on. For those of you that are younger, you guys will understand that later on. But yeah, it's for them to understand that. But especially in the beginning stages of relationships, of course they're going to spend all their time with them. Of course they're going to hang out with each other all the time. And it's not going to be about you. And just know that you have to be the good friend to say that is okay. And you're going to be there when they decide to come back. And at the same time, it's just like, if you move on with your life as well, you move on with your life as well, and they have to respect that. Like, if you can't deal with that, they also have to respect your position and where you stand, and you're gonna have to set up some boundaries with that. But for me personally, I will let them know that that is a-okay. I would just know that whenever they come back around, I'm going to pick off where we left off, because that's just the type of friend that I am. I'm never going to feel or have any type of feeling about how they maneuvered or dealt with us not hanging out or talking as much because they're in this relationship. I'm cheering them on because I'm cheering my best friend falling in love. I'm cheering my best friend or friends to be in a healthy, stable, successful relationship that I yearn for. Like, if I want that for myself, why would I not want that for my friends as well? But yes, let me know what you guys think about that. Would you be in a place to let your friend know, like, no, this is not acceptable for me, and or would you shut off your friend as well? Like, and that's all okay too. I want to hear you guys' opinions about everything. How you would have dealt with that. One, with the friends group getting smaller, and two, with how do you deal with your friend getting in a new relationship and your guys' time not being spent as much together. I want to know your thoughts and opinions about that. And also, if you guys have a question or an idea of a new video I'm going to be doing in the future, definitely let me know down in the comments as well. I am going to be posting a lot more content like this, having a sit down one on one with you, a let's talk about it situation, just to, like, get to know each other a lot more. And shout outs to everyone that out there that has commented on the other videos with the gaslighting and all the extra stuff that I've been posting lately. I truly do appreciate it. And for those of you that are on my Patreon, thank you, thank you, thank you, because your support truly means the world to me. And on my Patreon and everything's going to be linked down in the description. So make sure you guys check that out. Diamond tier to unlock all of videos, plus stuff that I don't post onto YouTube. And please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and share this video on all your social media platforms. And of course, like always, visionaries, life is your vision. It is whatever you make it, as long as you make it freaking fabulous. Into the next one. Bye.